Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and Season 3 is now live here in Modern Warfare 2. Today I'm going to be doing somewhat of a review, call it the first impressions, I suppose, of Season 3, and discussing whether or not it was a good addition to the game. I think right up front, we're just going to say objectively this is an improvement to Modern Warfare 2, but I don't think it's quite the improvement that we were hoping for. This is not going to revolutionize the game by any stretch of the imagination. If you're somebody who has not been playing Modern Warfare 2 as of recently, there's not really much in Season 3 that's going to bring you back. More or less, I feel as though this season is just going to give players something to do while we wait for COD 2023. That's basically the long and the short of this video, but let's go ahead and dive into some detail here. So with Season 3, we got two brand new maps. The first one we're going to look at is going to be the Lighthouse. This map right up front is freaking gorgeous. The atmosphere is incredible. It adds a lot of variety to the game. If you look at this map and you're playing on it, it looks and feels so different than all of the other Modern Warfare 2 maps. It does add a lot of variety, which is fantastic. How's it play? I can't really conclusively say as of right now. Sometimes I get into matches and people are just hiding on either end of the island as far back as humanly possible, possibly going for long shots, I suppose. And then other times people are moving around playing the objective and it's kind of fun. So it's really hit or miss so far based on the limited matches I've played on the map, but it can be fun for sure. I think Lighthouse is a solidly okay map. You guys know how it is. You can't play a handful of matches on a map and right away determine if it's an all-time great. You can, however, determine if it's going to be an all-time terrible map, which is the case of the other 6v6 map, Black Gold. And you may think it's unfair, right? You've only played a handful of matches. How can you say this is like one of the worst maps ever? Well, because it's freaking dark, dude. You can't see what you're doing. I don't know why they did this. Like, Black Gold itself may have the potential to be a good map if the lights were on, you could actually see, but it is darker than dark when you play on this map. You have to use night vision. If you take off your night vision, you literally cannot see. And the problem with night vision on this map is you cannot see even with night vision. You are simultaneously stuck in the dark and blinded at the same time, depending on what you're doing. So how this works is, unless you're using certain sights, you have to use like the side mount canted laser kind of a thing, right? And the problem with that is, as you can see from the gameplay, at longer ranges between muzzle flash, smoke coming from your gun, the laser that you have, the laser your opponent has, and just the random ambient lighting that may or may not be active at the time, you can't see. You don't know what's happening in your gunfights. It is actually terrible. Flashlights, you may be wondering, there are flashlight attachments in this game, 1000 lumen even. This is a 1000 lumen flashlight attachment. I thought, okay, well maybe I can get rid of this stupid side mount laser thing on this map if I simply use the flashlight. Maybe I'll actually be able to see what I'm doing, maybe kind of like a horror game. No, this 1000 lumen flashlight goes out about 2 inches from your gun, and that's about it. I think this was due to balancing. I don't think they wanted the strobe light 2.0 returning from Black Ops 4, but yeah, the flashlights are completely useless. You basically have to use night vision, and if you don't want to do the laser sight, you have to use either a hybrid sight or something that's like 4 times or higher, which really doesn't make sense. It's inherently a pretty small map, but they want you to be using these super long optics on this tiny map because apparently that's realistic, despite the fact that it just doesn't make sense, right? Think about this. You can't use a normal red dot because your night vision goggles would get in the way and make it hard to see, but you can use a sniper scope with your night vision goggles because reasons? It fundamentally does not make any sense. They're going for realism, but it's as unrealistic as possible. The map plays like shit. You can't see what you're doing. I hate this map. If I never play it again, it would be too soon. And the big question I have for all of you is, who asked for this map? Who wanted night vision as a Call of Duty map besides like 2 or 3 people at the Infinity Ward Studios who thought it was a fun mode back in Modern Warfare 2019? Like, I fundamentally do not understand. I feel as though for even people that enjoy the idea of night vision, I feel like the novelty of the map is going to wear off after the very first match, and then you're just going to be annoyed. You can't see your camos, you can't see your opponents, you don't know where your teammates are. It's terrible. Black Gold, in my opinion, is one of the worst maps in Call of Duty history. I hate it so much. I have a feeling it would be a solidly okay map if the lights were turned on, and I don't think it'd be that hard for them to do that. I can definitely see them adding like Black Gold daytime or something in the future with a future update, but for right now, we're stuck with this night vision map that nobody asked for, and we're kind of stuck with it as one of the 2 original maps being added to the 6v6 multiplayer. They did in fact end up adding a couple of ground war maps, but I'm not much of a ground war player. I stick to normal COD, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to play 32 on 32. If I did, I would go play Battlefield. You know, Call of Duty for me is 6v6, 5v5, 3v3, like fast-paced, close quarters, like run and gun arcade shooter. That is what I like to play. And speaking of that, Gunfight is good, as always. Gunfight is a fantastic game mode. Ever since they first implemented it to the franchise, I've always loved Gunfight. I think it's fantastic. We have 4 Gunfight maps to play. We have an area of the museum, which is not quite the same museum map that we have in the multiplayer, so it definitely feels unique. We have Shipment. We have this one that's set in an alley, and then we have Black Site, I think it's called, which apparently is going to be the new Gulag in Warzone 2.0. Thumbs up, 2 thumbs up for me. Gunfight is fantastic as always. I will say it does get a little tiresome after a while. There are definitely ways they could improve Gunfight. I was streaming this yesterday and people were suggesting that they should make it so if you're going on a kill streak, like your gun changes camos. My suggestion is do what they did back in Black Ops 4's Blackout mode. You guys know I love Blackout. I will always talk about how good Blackout is until the end of time. But in Blackout, which is something Warzone should do as well, what you can do is before you even enter the match, you can go look at all the weapons that are available within that mode, and you can set your camos that you earned in either Blackout or multiplayer on the guns themselves. So if you're running around in Blackout, you pick up, just to make it simple, an MP5 off the ground, it'll already have the camo that you chose for it. None of the attachments or anything, but just picking it up, it will automatically equip the camo or the weapon blueprint or whatever that you previously set for it. Gunfight should do the same thing. Like, if I want to use a certain blueprint on, again, the MP5, whenever that gun shows up in Gunfight, it should have that blueprint on it, or maybe a camo or something like that. I'm not talking about changing the attachments, I'm just cosmetically talking about changing how the gun looks and making it a bit more interesting in that respect. But we do know that 3v3 face-off is going to be coming with Season 3 Reloaded. If you guys don't know what that is, it's going to be 3v3 objective modes or team deathmatch on the Gunfight maps. So it's going to be really fast-paced, lots of action, great place to go do challenges, level up your guns, get camos and things like that. And it's also going to add more variety to the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. So yeah, Gunfight is fantastic. The 3v3 face-off that's going to be coming in Season 3 Reloaded, that's also going to be good. Definitely some positive news right there. Next up, we have Cranked. That is back as well. This was first implemented, I believe, in Call of Duty Ghost. It's a solid game mode. It's fun to play, but it's nothing that's going to carry the entire season, I don't think. It's just another game mode for you to play when we already have like 3 dozen different game modes to choose from. Yeah, I mean, Cranked is here. It's pretty solid, but it's nothing crazy at the end of the day. And the new guns are cool, as always. It's always fun to get new guns and level them up and get the new camos and, you know, do all that. And yeah, so right now we have a new battle rifle. We have the return of the intervention sniper rifle. Both of them are unlocked for free on the battle pass. Therefore, it's going to take a little bit of grinding to get, but you can eventually get both weapons. And yeah, I mean, new guns, always a good thing. Season 3 Reloaded is said to bring to us a new machine pistol, and rumor has it even a full auto Desert Eagle. For some reason, according to like Call of Duty Japan on Twitter, who accidentally leaked that. So yeah, that'll be interesting. But overall, Season 3, like as it is right now, as it just launched, I mean, assigning numbers is pretty arbitrary, but I'll just give it like a 6 out of 10. It's not going to save the game or anything like that, but it does add some solid content for the people that do religiously still want to play the game, and it gives fans stuff to do while they wait for COD 2023. The new Lighthouse map is solid. Gunfight is fantastic. We have new weapons. We have Cranked returning, and with Season 3 Reloaded, we get even more guns. We're going to get the 3v3 face-off. We might get a new multiplayer map, hopefully. Hopefully they give us like Black Gold Daytime at that point, just so we can have another 6v6 map that doesn't make us want to like tear our hair out. So yeah, there you guys have it. That is my review slash first impressions of Season 3. It's solidly okay. I mean, that's basically the long and the short of it. It's solidly okay. It's gonna be better when we get Season 3 Reloaded, but for right now, it's nothing too crazy. If you're wondering about the event, I did do a video earlier today on the new Trophy Hunt event, which is an absolute scam by Infinity Ward and Activision, so check out that video if you guys haven't already. I'm not even gonna consider that part of Season 3 because that is such bullshit. So bad, holy hell. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think down there in the comments. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.